Welcome back to the Tea House. We are back with another session of Casus Immortalis. We're super excited to be back. We took a break last week, so we are ready to dive back in today. A couple of quick announcements, just very quick ones. This Monday, we're back with Echoes in the Grey City as the party takes on a side quest to see if they can knock off some debt with the local gang in Lasier. We'll see what happens, so we're excited just to see how that goes. Also, coming up soon on April 12th is our next session of Pick Up D&D. All of our player slots are full, so if you wanted to be a player, so sorry, come back in May for our next session of Pick Up. And join Wayne the Goose and DM Han at another one-shot in our West Marches campaign. And then also in May, our good friend Mike over at Arcane Circle is going to be DMing a Kids on Bikes session for us, which we're very much looking forward to. So signups will be up for that soon. So definitely come join our Discord and sign up. I hope you guys join. And now I'll give it on over to Adam.
Awesome. Well, welcome back. I'm gonna do a little bit of a recap this time for everybody. It's been a little bit. So, last we left off, you all were fighting, like, caught in the middle of this, like, ceremony, fighting off these rogue Modrons, these, like, guards that were, and in the doing so, you rescued many, including Shush, Sylvester, Dew, and most importantly, Dandy Rondabon, your favorite local familiar shop owner. And maybe a little more importantly, the newly acquainted brother of Gabriella, Remiel. And you all split off. Gab following after Remiel, going over to the wizard side, and you went to the sort of sorcerer side, taking on a favor for the headmaster Sphia. And Morta, with the help of Ripple and Ornick, you linked this to the Obsidian Order, but you still need to find the local function plate to figure out like where these commands are coming from, what caused this. And you rushed upstairs without really waiting much. You picked a flavor of magic that resonates with you. Two of you picking some psionic abilities with Mind Flayer Head. One of you picking a draconic magic with a little dragon egg. And then lastly, a ship in a bottle of the storm variety. And passing by some recreational second years, smoking some fairy's kiss over in the dorms, you find your younger selves reflected in a maze of mirrors and the stairs leading up beyond. So, as you all walk into these, like this, it's this almost like crazy funhouse mirror situation where it's just mirrors set at 60 degree angles, just triangles everywhere. You see younger versions of yourselves. So, Ripple, you were the one taking the lead for everybody. What do you think young Ripple looks like?
He's definitely got really short hair. He probably buzzed, hasn't grown his dreads out. Very blue, obviously. He has a couple of strands hanging off of a belt at this point, but doesn't have his signature little vest yet.
Gotcha. As you... I'm going to turn the music down a little bit. As you step forward and you're in the lead, you see young Ripple kind of turn around and look at you and just kind of like lock eyes, confused. It's like, hello? Kind of like looks left and right. Like he's looking in a mirror.
I'm going to reach out without saying anything and see if I can feel a mirror or if it feels like my hand is going to go, towards someone.
Your hand stops and hits a mirror. Like it's a physical mirror. But it in the same way that young Ripple is not perfectly mirroring you.
Mm-hmm.
And just kind of looks at you. Are you my dad?
I don't believe so.
Why? Wait. Are you Kedvos?
No. Turning around, can everybody else see what's going on?
Yeah, the rest of you see
Okay.
Ripple, but you don't hear young Ripple talking. You just hear Ripple speaking.
I gotcha.
And at this moment, as young Ripple's about to speak again, Morta and Nona, you both see younger versions of yourselves from when you were about 14. What do you all think you looked like around then? This would have been around the first time you all met each other.
I like to think that Morta was quite lanky, was just getting sort of a hitting a growth spurt, so she's a little taller. And like any young angsty girl, probably gave herself a bit of a haircut recently after going through everything, so has like really short, maybe slightly uneven bangs, like a little Betty cut she's trying to go for, but it's not quite working. And she's just angry. She's just angry all the time, so just a very frowny face still.
Gotcha. And Nona.
Oh my goodness. Well, when Nona first met Desma and Morta, she was probably 11. She's a few years younger than them. So she's fairly small. She always looked younger than she actually was. Sorry, James, I'm echoing in your mic a little bit. Thank you. And so she was just she had a very timid presence about her, but she looked not unlike she does now, except her clothes were the colors of her clothes were a little bit darker, maybe. Her hair wasn't braided back, but rather just kind of tumbled down with no with no like it's just very chaotic. In kind of these just messy curls. And she probably looks like she doesn't sleep very well either.
Gotcha. Thank you. Just a small thing. Out of game. Could you guys hear Evan kind of robotically
A little
skipping?
crackly, yeah.
Okay, I just want to make sure that it wasn't just me. Just if you guys want to see if you can troubleshoot. But I will skip over back to Ornick. So Ornick, as you are going once again, you see little 10-year-old Ornick. What do you think little Ornick looks like?
Well, little Ornick would not quite have hit her growth spurt yet, so she'd be very, very small. Probably a little small for her age at that point. I think a little would have right at that point had a very difficult year and had something tragic happen to her, we'll go with. So she is a lot more timid and scared and reflecting in some ways her current self, who just lost her mentor. She would be very afraid of this and of everything that she is seeing.
Thank you. As you all see reflections of your younger selves that remind you of a previous time in your life. And Ripple, little Riplet, speaks back up and asks, who's Kedvos? I mean, everyone's talks about him and I worship him, but who actually is Kedvos?
That's the type of question that you have to find the answer for yourself over a long time of studying the strands.
I don't like that answer.
I know.
Okay, well, Why should I worship a god of the unknown? Why does everybody else?
Why shouldn't you?
I-
You want to know, don't you?
I want to know so much.
Exactly.
So does he want us to know, or want us not to know?
It is a little bit of both, as much as you won't like to hear that.
Little Ripple sits and just thinks for a second. Is contemplating what you're saying, and Nona and Morta, you see sort of, I believe likely, Morta is just kind of turned around, and you guys see them in the mirror together, like the reflections, and you can see Nona, you're kind of pacing back and forth on the other side, frustrated, and Morta is turned around on the opposite side. Clearly, there's some impasse. I'm gonna ask you all, do you remember a moment when you guys first met where you perhaps would not have gotten along, or something that could have gone wrong?
I mean, I could see Morta being very sort of, she didn't really have a lot of friends growing up already. And I know she was rather excited to see other tiefling girls her age, but I think she's also rather awkward and morbid a bit, so she might have said something wrong. I could see her doing that, for sure.
Yeah, Nana's when she was very young, very innocent and naive. Of course, she went through a traumatic period in her life where she lost her whole family and her village around her, but I think that kind of forced her to grow up, but she's still maybe in a bit of a denial for several years after this traumatic incident happened. So she tries to, I think, defensively hold on to her innocent self, and I can see Morta trying to pull her out of it, like, no, face this shit, be who you need to be, grow through it, and Nona's just in complete denial. I can see something like that happening.
Okay. They both seem just at odds and like not talking to each other right now, though only a few lengths of mirror span between them. What are you all going to do?
Looks familiar.
Was this one of our first fights? I'm talking to Nona now.
Probably. I mean, we look fairly young here.
Guess it doesn't look much different than we look now.
I suppose not.
I'm gonna sulk some more.
You see they kind of, a third figure, Decima, enters this sort of mirror and kind of looks at them and forces them to turn around and look at each other. And they're not really speaking to you more than they're just kind of, you see this scene unfolding as they're kind of, seems like coming to terms with the conflict. And Ornick, as probably you said very timid Ornick, turns around, and I believe we'll say for the sake of this, you're in the back of the group. Little Ornick just kind of like looks up and is, can you help me?
She's gonna come forward to the mirror and just place her hand on it.
It's a little bit of like a like Ornick goes to mirror, but then like stops and like kind of shrinks back a little bit. And do you know who my mom, my dad are?
We never know.
I could really use some help.
Oh, I wish I could help you. There's so much that you don't know yet, and you'll be okay, though. Trust me.
How? Like, everybody else is in this community. There's nobody else who helps me. No one wants to be my mentor.
Soon enough, you will find the best mentor. The best one to help you through this time and for a long time.
She's like,
Up until you
Ornick
have
is
to
like
go alone.
constantly like looking down and then like kind of like locks eyes occasionally. I make a persuasion check for me, Ornick. As you are trying to comfort this younger version of yourself, what are you trying to convey in this? As you see troubled little Ornick, what are you trying to convey with this persuasion check?
Oh. Remembering how hurt she was at that time and how lost. She just wants her to know that it's only temporary, that things do get better, and sometimes they get worse like now, but that she's going to find her way and she's going to have a mentor to help her through the rest of this. I got a 7 as well.
The words you say resonate with you more than just, you know, your younger self. You can feel them applicable to your current scenario. And with that, little Ornick doesn't seem to be persuaded by your words, but you feel persuaded by your own words. And you see a little path that opens up in the mirrors. A few reflections that echo back and forth towards what looks like a staircase on the other side.
I can be very, very hesitant and still have some tears in her eyes seeing her younger self and how challenging those times were for her, but eventually turn towards the passageway and head through.
And it's almost like this illusion for the rest of you, because you see like what looks like Ornick just kind of like walk through the mirrors. You guys are kind of preoccupied each with your own things, but Ornick kind of just like walks through the mirrors and you just see like the reflections echo into infinity before disappearing. Ripple. As you see young Ripple, what do you think is the question that is most burning in young Ripple's mind right now?
I think he would want to know when he's going to end up on a ship that's his own, like that, that he gets to live on more than just a year.
And you hear young Ripple, like you remember it at this point, and it's not even like an exchange of words. What do you want to say to your younger self? And when you do so, please make a persuasion roll for me.
Okay. There are still a few lessons that you have to learn before someone will find you and invite you to their ship. But I cannot teach those lessons to you now. You have to learn them in your own time. But trust that you will have your own ship one day. All right. You said persuasion? This character sheet is different. Persuasion. Oh, it's charisma. 17.
17. Success. The DC is 10 for this. You feel your younger self kind of like fade and nod and just kind of turn inwards, start thinking, much like you currently do, the mannerisms, and you see a path open up, and you have advantage on insight checks for 24 hours. Sorry, 23 hours. And Nona and Morta, as you all are kind of looking at what's going on, what do you wish you could communicate to your younger selves? As you think about sort of this pull and push between yourselves.
Without looking at Morta next to me, Nona's stepping up to the mirror.
You see Nona kind of turns towards you in this moment.
Nona, open yourselves to them. Open your heart to them.
Why? It's just going to hurt. And they leave.
Yes, but wouldn't it be wonderful to know what love is again? You wouldn't hurt without getting to experience the love first.
Make a persuasion roll for me. And don't announce it yet, but Morta, as you see Nona going up, what do you do?
I will also approach younger Morta. I'll kind of like look at the sort of Decima there, and then I'll look at younger Morta. And tell her that her anger is useful, but not to use it against her friends.
Younger Morta doesn't speak much, I think, probably. But you do see her listening. Go ahead and make a persuasion roll. And what were both of your persuasion rolls?
8.
14.
Success for Nona. Nona, you feel, Morta, you know how you were at that age. It's not an easy task to penetrate that teenager facade. And Nona, though, you feel your inner self kind of resonate. All of you feel this like echo of like the words being applicable to your current lives, but Nona, you now have advantage on insight checks for the next 23 hours. As you all see the staircase appear through the mirrors, and you are able to exit the halls of reflection. And you can see at the top of the stairs 3 paths. One that leads further up that heads to the headmaster Sophia's office. Another that heads to the left that leads towards the 3rd year dormitories. You can see what looks like many expensive items that decorate, like clothing and things just strewn about that decorate the dormitories. And to the right, you can see the library that spans linking these 2 towers.
To the library, no?
Yes, yeah, straight to the library, I say.
Lord.
Okay. And we're gonna swap back towards the other 5th of the group, towards the wizard side. As 1 second. You all, Gab, you make your way over towards the war-torn wizard's entry hall. You can see, like, blasts of magic that have gouged rock out of the stone, out of, like, scarring it. You can see wizards that are still on guard and are just kind of, like, holding their wands at the ready in case the sorcerers come to attack them. And as you kind of usher in, you see Dandy Rondabon that's being treated by a few wizards. You can see what looks like 5 elves that are discussing. What looks like 3 adults and 2 younger ones. And you can see your brother, Remy, who is being cared for by Shinnok, the headmaster. What do you want to do?
I think right now I'm just curious. Like I am trying to keep myself unknown, but have kind of impulsively gone I'm gonna go spy, and just see what they talk about to try what I guess my little bro is doing.
Okay. Make a perception check as you wander over nearby to try to get within earshot and listen in to see what's going on. Okay. It's kind of hard to tell because as you're listening in, all you get is "Are you all right?" And Ramiel's like, "Yeah, I'm fine, please." But you can see there's just blood from where he was cut several times, and he kind of puts a healing hand on himself to heal himself. But you're distracted because these 2 younger elves come over and kind of speak to all of the younger students. We need a 3rd. Who's going to help? And they kind of just cross their arms expectantly, somebody's going to help, and you see nobody wants to assist them. We need to go up to the library for the wizard side. The teenage girl, maybe 18 or 20, is the one that's taking the lead and speaking up. Sort of straight, perfect golden hair that's cut in a bob. And her brother, what looks like, who is very short cropped black hair, which obviously is dyed because it does not fit the rest of what looks to be his family with all their perfect golden hair. He's just kind of sulking beside her. She's like, "Oh, are you new?" She looks over towards you, Gab.
Yeah,
Will you join us? We need a 3rd.
sure.
Okay. In this moment, she looks towards Fenrir, and they both kind of nod. Come with us, and we need to go up as quickly as possible. and they take off at a jog to head over towards the entry hall. So do you leave your brother?
Yeah.
Okay. As you see Shinnok speaking, and in that moment, Remy just kind of like turns and like locks eyes with you for just a second.
Oh. I'm gonna do this quack.
You want to draw? So you're gonna try to distract him with a quack?
Yeah.
Okay. As Remy
That's what
just
I
kind of like looks towards you, like kind of just notes you, and then just like you jog past. As the quack kind of confuses him for a second, and he just kind of looks off and then shakes his head as Shinnok is asking some questions. And then you see, as you're passing by, the 3 elves go and then kneel next to your brother, Remy, as you guys make your way out to kind of discuss with him as well. Seems to be a very important figure amongst this group. And as you head up, you see the 2 other wizards, these young trainees at this academy, in a circular room with schools of magic to fit the different wizardly schools of magic. And you see the older the older girl who, my name's Olyra. What's your name?
Lagui.
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 What is that? Is that like
It's-
human?
For linguini.
Linguini. Like the pasta?
Yes. My parents were very into that. Into. My mom had linguini the night that I was born.
I am so sorry. That is like the worst name I've ever heard of.
Thanks.
They did not give you much to work with. And she's like, can you at least do like magic or something?
Yeah.
Oh. I guess you got that. And she heads over to the wizard, and she takes goes in front of a sigil and just kind of like does some magic in the air, and you see like this broken thing just like mend. And then she just like heads up through it. And then she points at Fenrir, her brother, as he comes up to you. I'm Fenrir. Nice to meet you. And he just kind of like
Is your sister always such a bitch?
he just kind of like turns around and you see make an insight check as he just kind of like turns around.
Icy pasta.
18. For a figure that his face is normally extremely stoic, you see the faintest bit of like his like cheek curl up in a smile when you say that. And he just kind of turns and ignores you, but you seem to have found some resonance as he heads off, and you see this small black shard that looks very shiny. It looks kind of like almost like a piece of obsidian or something that's just kind of like floating in the air, and you see he just like holds out, and honestly, you don't see anything happen. And then he just walks up through that door. And the door opens for him and closes, and you have to find a school of magic that resonates with you. There are many schools of magic arranged in this circle. What type of magic do you think you fit with?
Is there anything that looks like illusion types?
Very much so. There is as you go over towards this like pedestal, you see a mirror on it. What do you do with it?
I guess I'll like play some music, see if like it like resonates with it or something. Because that's my musical.
You get a sense that you need to do something illusory to trigger this, much like they seem to do with their own magics.
I'll just do, I'm just gonna do like a cantrip, the, minor.
Okay. Yeah. You do it, and when you do it in front of this mirror, for a second, you feel like this illusion is much more real in life than you were expecting. Like, it almost like seems to hold weight and like power. And then the door opens for you as you can head up to the upper, the stairs that lead upwards.
What happens if I try to take this mirror?
You can take the mirror if you want. It's a little hand mirror.
Yeah, that seems pretty cool.
Okay.
Take it,
Sure.
yeah.
You're not the first person to take something with them, so. And you see, as you guys as you get further up, you see Olyra kind of like turn around. Oh, you're like an illusionist?
Yeah.
Cool. She just kind of like looks at you. So, you can just do whatever you want now. We just needed to bring another. And she just like ignores you at this point, and it's just like, I mean, you can come with us if you want. But,
No, I just want to like fuck with her. I don't know what I'm gonna do yet, but I kind of want to just like.
So you're going to come with me, or?
Oh, I didn't. I was just.
Yeah, I know,
myself.
but she's just like, as you're like staring at her, she's like,
Yeah,
"Oh."
I want to see what you guys are doing. I'm a newbie. I'm here to learn.
Cool. Let me take you under my wing. And she puts her arm around you, and you're kind of old to be a wizard. Do you think you can still learn? As she like walks up the stairs, and you're like
Damn.
next to her.
I'm like, that's insulting. I've gotten a lot of sunlight. I mean, look at my skin. I'm like kind of like, you know, like
You
this.
should do
Do you
some-
see the color of my skin? It's like golden color. It's because I've been in the sun so.
You know the halflings have like a really good sunscreen. You should look it up. It's not even that much. It's like 10 gold. And
10 gold.
she like, here, I'll give you some. And she like reaches into her bag and pulls out this like it's like the equivalent of like a real world like Korean sunscreen that's like super expensive and is like really bougie looking cosmetic. And she pulls it out and she's like, you can have it. And
Oh,
she
shit,
just
thanks.
like hands it to you. Maybe it'll help with your wrinkles. And she as she like continues up, walking up the stairs, and you just see Fenrir just sitting and walking behind you two, and just like sighing the whole time. Now, just let me lead, and everything should be good. Cool?
Okay, but are you gonna
Loony.
treat those eye bags of yours? You've got some like really big eye bags. I'm gonna
Just,
cast
like-
minor illusion onto her.
She just like looks. She kind of like, it's like she's like, I don't want to
You should look in a mirror.
make a deception check.
Okay. Oh, I got an 8. Wait, but I have Oh, I got +5, so I got 13.
Gotcha. As you kind of like say this to her, she kind of like looks at you. Oh my god. Are you like fucking with me? That was really good. Maybe you are like pretty good at this like illusion shit, you know, deception. So don't fucking do that again. Anyway, let's go upstairs. And she seems unhinged and like is leading, and she's just like talking about like random stuff, but you can see there's like a speed until she finds a hidden door, and she's like, this will be a shortcut, that way we don't have to do all the rest of this shit and we can get up there before the rest of them. And she just like takes off. We gotta run. And she just starts running up the staircase. It looks like this like hidden staircase that is going to cut the time down that it takes for them to get up. And we are going to join back with the other group as you guys, unbeknownst to you, you know they're racing up the other side. You see the library. These beautiful sort of like wooden, probably like a really dark, almost like black ebony color wood. And beautiful sort of rose pink stone quartz that like makes up all of the walls of this. And in front of these big double doors, you just see marked like joint library.
What are we doing?
Oh, sorry, that's not you. That's the other group.
Oh, oops, sorry.
We don't have to have a key to get into this door, right?
You don't see any lock on it or anything.
Push the door in. Yeah, let's go in.
Okay.
Find
As
some
you
books.
push open, you can see, to kind of like portray it, it's like one big long hall room, right? That goes up quite tall, probably like 60 feet high. And you can see bookcases that are all around strewn about. Very beautiful, like ornate, kind of like stately library. You can see these velvet couches that like sit in front of many like different portions of this. And in the center, what looks like this wrought iron fence that's kind of like almost like this beautiful, ornate, kind of sculpted wrought iron that goes from the floor to the ceiling. And at the bottom of it, what look on the far side of your sort of local library, what looks to be a kind of like a revolving door, you know, like in like a hotel room, like a revolving door that just like turnstile that only lets like one person at a time, and that seems to be the center that is like locked. So there's a lot of books and stuff around in this sort of main area, but there looks to be sort of a second area that's joint and shared between the two. And then on the far side, what looks like another portion of a library. You see books of all kinds here.
I'm gonna pull one off the
magic,
shelf randomly
everything.
and just start flipping through it.
You pull out a book about fabrication. How to fabricate materials out of magic. Discusses about longevity and sort of economic impacts. It's kind of like a scholarly thing. So.
Is there any sort of like directory or signs or anything like that, or is this just like
Make a investigation check for me.
Oh heck yeah. Morta loves investigating.
And I think we need something a little bit more tense than this. I feel like this music is too peaceful.
I don't like when the DM says the word tense.
Yeah.
Also, I'm sorry, Evan, but I think your mic's still doing.
Is it still robotic?
It's
No,
just
that
a little
wasn't too bad.
crackly.
Maybe move the mic closer to your mouth or something. Maybe it was from being too far. I'm not sure.
Is this better?
Oh yes, and ASMR.
I just have to use my corporate customer service voice.
I think it's still doing.
Okay,
it.
now
It's- yeah. You might have to restart Discord or something when we go on break.
Don't feel bad about speaking or anything. Please speak up. I don't want you to not. I just wanted you to be aware. Blah blah blah. What was your investigation roll?
15?
15.
15.
Yeah. So as you're going through this, this probably looks good. Hence though, this is like dark. Oh, this one's good. There you go. Sneaky halfling, tense and upbeat. That sounds good. Let's stick with that. You guys hear this? I can't hear anything.
I can't hear anything.
Can't hear
Yeah,
it.
no.
And I usually can.
Oh, there it is. Okay, can you hear that now? Okay. So, as you are looking through this library, kind of like it's quiet. It's like things are just echoing your footsteps, and as you walk around, you see largely the books that are near you are set to teach you. It's like a lot of self-help books. It's like teaching you how to like be your best self, you know, be the person you want to become. A lot of that like self-affirmation type stuff. There's stuff about magic too. And you get the sense, by the way, after you guys have been like walking through here, a lot of the job of the mentors of the sorcerer side is to just sort of like let people be themselves and not get like locked down from their own inner shit. And as you're looking, you garner anything juicy is going to be in the middle area, in this sort of like wrought iron cage, like caged area. You can see as you kind of like get closer what looks like a very, let's say maybe 10 to 15 foot diameter kind of like shard of black stone. Almost looks like shiny, like obsidian, and it's just kind of like floating in the middle of this like kind of rotating different angles in the middle of this large chamber. And 4 chains that extend out from it towards different corners of the room, up and down at angles. And additionally, you see some bookshelves in here, many of them, and all of them are chained up. Like the books are like locked to it. And then lastly, you see what looks like an orrery. So like these rotating concentric rings of metal that are on the like upper level of this. There's like two floors to that. And you can see that it's sort of like rotating. Anything juicy probably is going to be inside there. And you can see this sort of like rotating door and what looks like a keyhole in it.
Is there any indication that the console for those creatures are in here? Is in here anywhere?
Make an investigation check too. The general area you're in, I think Morta figures out like there's likely nothing in here. Like this looks like normal place where students would study, so they wouldn't leave something like that out. But Nona, what did you roll? 11. It's gonna be like you were told it's up here. It's got to be in this caged area, but like where it specifically is, you're not certain.
Morta, you think you could pop open a locker too?
Yeah, I think I could try as long as is anyone else around watching.
No, it's pretty empty.
All right, let's do this thing.
While she's doing that, if it's pretty empty, I'm just gonna go ahead and use. I have a telepathic ability to start not letting, just on the far side of the library, just kind of force books to just kind of fly off the shelves a little bit, causing a bit of a ruckus on the other side, just in case.
Okay, cool. Also, I forgot to remind you all, but you were given a key by the. But as you go to hand the key, Ripples, you're like, oh yeah, you pat your vest and you find it. You see Morta's like, got it. You see
That's fine.
Like,
I'm absorbed by this fabrication book. I'm just pouring over it right now.
I could use the practice, though.
And you open it, and it turns out not a lot of sorcerers or wizards have the ability to like open locks, so they didn't like really trap it or anything. It just was like a manual lock that they like can't really get past. And the turnstile turns freely as each of you can enter this library area.
All right. I just want to go in and start searching around for either this panel or something about the knot.
Yeah.
Gotcha. So, as you guys are looking around, so you're looking for the panel or something about what? Sorry again, Morta?
The knot. I was very curious what Theris
Which
was
one? You gotta pick one. I'll make you pick one. So right now, at this point, to kind of set the scene, you all have unfettered access to this like secret library, like that this like no one's paying attention to you. You can go through all the locked books. So you see that they're chained. It's not that they're locked, it's that they're chained. Because as you step in, all of you feel a little lighter. Like you lost like 50 pounds or something. As you guys like step into this area, gravity feels different. And kind of like as you like jump a little bit, you can like feel yourself jump up like 2 or 3 times as much as you normally can. And you like kind of slowly go up and down. Almost like kind of like moon gravity a little bit around here. So, Morta, which one are you looking for?
Okay, I'll prioritize. I will look for the like control panel that controls the Modrons.
Ornick, what are you doing?
Are there any books or things on druids in here or something?
Is that what you're going to spend your time doing?
Look around. Yeah.
Okay. Nona, what are you going to do? Is everyone is just like going and is starting to do stuff? What are you going to do?
I am going to attempt to. Well, you know what? I'm just going to kind of stay right behind Morta.
Okay. You see on the opposite side of this what looks like the mirror image of your entrance. What looks like another turnstile that opens up from the other side. So you can see the sorcerer library that is like, I believe, which was what you were saying, which is like where you were knocking some books off to kind of like distract stuff. But you can see another entrance from their side.
I think I'm a little bit more concerned with making sure Morta can focus without having to watch her back, so I'm going to watch her back for her. Just kind of stand behind her.
Okay, so we'll have you roll a perception check. Morta, go ahead and roll an investigation check. And Ornick, go ahead and roll we'll probably say it's a perception check for you. And Ripple, what are you doing?
Yeah, I just got to the chapter about fabricating spheres and spherical objects and things, and the first paragraph.
Really challenging, actually.
Well, the first paragraph is wrong, so I'm going to close the book and set it down, and I might come back to it to make some edits, but I need to, because we're in the restricted section. I'm looking for anything that I'm looking for, like family trees, like information about ancestry and stuff. I'm going to try and link Ashran and Mirage with the information that's in this library.
Okay, I'll have you make this is more of an investigation check, because I'll let you choose investigation or perception, whatever you want.
It'll definitely be perception.
We'll go back up to the top.
I got a 12.
Nona, what was your perception check? 4. Okay. You're watching. No one's gonna sneak up on Morta. Morta, as you're like going through, what was your roll?
23.
And you're looking for?
The local control panel for the Modrons.
So to frame the area, you see like gravity is off, but it's centered. Whatever this effect of gravity is centered on this like central stone that's like rotating through the air. Not that hard to figure out. It's the thing that's like chained up and floating in the air. But you can see to the right what looks like little miniatures of war. So like what would be a miniature siege equipment, but is actually kind of just like the size of like a halfling or something, because it's like miniature. You can see it's decorated all across this like bookshelf. It looks mostly books over there, and as you're looking across the two stories, you think back about this orrery, and you're like, it's the only thing that's remotely made out of metal. It's got to be located there somewhere. And you can see that it's like docked at the second floor of this area. And as you make your way over there, you have to like kind of go up to like the second story. You can see this rotating sphere of concentric rings of constellations in the heavens, and it looks like it's keeping track of time. And Ripple, what did you roll?
I got a 12.
and you were looking for lineage, heritage, stuff about Ashran and that sort of thing, and
Yeah.
Mirage.
Mm-hmm.
You don't see much about Mirage. You don't find anything like linked to it. Honestly, you find some evidence about Ashran. It's mostly historical stuff that give accounts of the war. The siblings war that sort of tore apart this. And you're thinking there was a period of this time where Mirage was gone. That aligns with like during portions of this war. Never for like super long, but you're thinking about it. And it kind of, maybe she was connected. It's hard to tell. But you would need a lot more time. It's probably here, but you would need more time to do it. And Xavien, you were looking for Druid stuff. What was your role?
It was a 16.
16. You find evidence about concerted efforts by the city, the capital, to push the druids further back into the mountains, up into the divided chain, to make room for more civilization, establishments. It seems like they didn't want the battles to be occurring when there was war between the sibling war, when there was war between the different portions of civilization. They didn't want all of the battles to be like tearing apart their normal landscape. They wanted some of it to be like areas, so they like designed their war to have battlefronts be closer and closer towards like the mountains where the gnomes and the dwarves have kind of like encroached upon your lands. You see reference to 2 remaining druidic societies. One, which you know very well, which is where you're from. And then you see reference to druids of old that originated from an area called the Grove of Titans. Far to the north, there is an enormous rainforest where everything is giant. And as you're looking, you also just happen to notice, supposedly this is where Ashran's from. And a lot of the druid societies, they suspect, stemmed originally from the Grove of Titans. And then they sort of migrated to different areas from there. But that was like some of their first homelands here. Was there anything else you were looking for in particular?
Specifically, yeah, just any histories or things about them. She just, seeing her younger self, she was just struck that she doesn't know that much and that there's many things that she still doesn't understand.
It's kind of like an impenetrable like society from outsiders' perspective, so they don't have a lot more than just like historical track records of like archaeological digs that they found items that they think belong to previous druidic societies, and there's some really old notes that seem to reference like druids protecting the land from the elves, which kind of catches your eye because you're like, wait, what? Why are elves like attacking the land? They're usually like natural, nature-y kind of thing, but it's confusing. As you guys are looking through this stuff, I'm going to swap back to Gabriella. As you're walking up the stairs, you're just kind of like it's getting a little bit tired on your like thighs. As like you're like, this is like the 7th floor that you've gone up pretty quickly. And as you're going upstairs, you see like Fenrir just kind of like looks at you, just sighs, and just kind of like then goes up. And then Elira just kind of like looks at, she's just been like talking nonstop, looking at you. So like, what's your deal?
What do you mean? What's am I?
Like, how did you get in? I mean, so
Well,
are you just like really good with this illusion shit?
I mean, clearly. I mean, yeah.
Can you like do something?
Well, I don't even know. You just pull that. I just have to like pull something out of my ass. Like, what do you want me to do?
Do some illusion magic. I mean, we're literally in a wizard's academy. It'd be crazy if you couldn't even do like a first level spell.
I have to like think. Um,
No, it's okay. Don't strain yourself. It doesn't. It's fine. I can help you out. Don't worry.
I'm
and
just gonna
Fenrir?
cast like cause she's looking at me while she's talking. I think I'm gonna cast like a door, like a minor illusion of like a door, and I'll like stop and be like, shit, look out.
So she can like see you. She's a mage. She knows like you're going to cast this spell, but
Oh,
she's
no.
like, like casting spells in front of mages is like, it's usually pretty obvious to them. And she's like, oh my god, that's so cute. It's like a 5-foot tiny door for a halfling. As that's the maximum size of your minor illusion. As
You
she
like
just,
it?
Yeah, I think you've got potential. Fenrir here, he's like a master of potency. He can like magnify gravity and do all this kind of shit. I'm more of like a transmutation person myself, and we're part of the Synarch family, so we've kind of got it good here. But if you join up with us, we can, help you out. You do a little favor, quid pro quo, that kind of stuff, Sound good?
Okay. I'm like, all right.
And she's like, okay, we're getting up to the library. Let's be careful.
Why? It's just books.
Well, we need to get there first. We need to figure out what's going on. Do you mind if I like cast some magic on you or something?
What? No. What are you doing?
Well, I'm turning us invisible. I don't know about you.
Okay.
Okay. I'll let Fenrir do it for himself. And she casts invisibility on the both of you. And then Fenrir does it to himself. And okay, just be quiet. And she goes and opens the door to the large library. And as you're entering, you see like a few books like kind of get like thrown off, like that were like thrown off from the shelves. And you see she kind of like holds you back for a second, and she's just kind of like, what the fuck? Cursed shit. And she's just like confused. Whatever. And she heads forward, and you can see and hear footsteps of people inside this sort of like central area of this large wrought iron caged off limits book room. You can see your allies that are in there, and you can see this as you're kind of like getting up, you can see this turnstile door. She's like, oh my, do you want to go first? As she kind of like whispers in your ear.
Oh my god. Okay.
I think you gotta speak up so people can
Oh
hear.
my god. Okay, I'll go first.
Are you speaking differently? and she just kind of like whispers as she's like, okay, you can go first. And she kind of like pushes you towards the door, and she like palms a key in your hand.
Okay, I go and open the door. He could seem to.
So, are you trying to be stealthy in front of your friends, or are you trying to be like hidden and invisible? Like, what are you trying to do?
I think I'll try to be stealthy because I technically don't know that that's up there. Yeah, I'll
Okay.
roll for.
Roll for stealth.
I got it. Natural.
Okay. As you walk in and you can feel like them walking in behind you, you can see now it is your group. You can see Nona and Morta up at the top near the orrery. Ripple, who's looking on the first floor, looking at some books about genealogy, and Ornick, who's looking over at some like books about something else. You can't really tell from here.
I'm just gonna lean over to the what's her name?
Olara,
Olara, and be like, look.
you say, "Look at these hotties." Is
Yeah.
that what you said?
Yeah.
Okay. And I think we got to use stage whispers, by the way, because like the mics might not pick up actual
Okay.
whispers. Okay.
Yeah.
And she looks at you and is like, I mean, I guess, but like, they're kind of old. I mean, if that's your kind of thing, you know. Especially, well, I don't want to be mean, so I won't say it. And she looks up and Morta, you see this orrery kind of like there's like a moment where it like is rotating and you see an opening on there with your 24 or 25 or something investigation year old. When it's rotating around, there's a spot where you can like grab and there's like a panel that you can open up on the inside there.
I do that.
As you like open it up, you can see it's like rotating and like continues to go, but you can see like for a second it's like a almost like a merry-go-round, and you can like see it for a second and then it goes past and like rotates around. You gotta wait till it like rotates. It doesn't seem to like naturally stop unless you find a way to stop it. What are you going to do?
Is touching this thing a bad idea?
I don't know. You
Or,
don't
like,
think it's
holding
like
on
it's
to
not,
it? Can I
it's
like
not gonna,
hold on?
like-
to it?
Okay, so you're gonna like instead of you trying to stop it, you're going to stop yourself on it and rotate around as it's like going. Okay, make an acrobatics check for me as I will let Nona, if you want to assist Morta, you can give her advantage on this because you've been just like keeping watch specifically since that's what you said you're gonna do.
I'm just kind of looking around until I see her start to kind of fly away a little bit. And I just go up and I just kind of like lift her legs up a little bit to give her a bit of a push so she can get a better
Okay.
grip.
Okay. As you like, you're just like, you guys look up as you just see Morta just kind of like rotating around this like giant concentric rings. What was your roll? With
I did
advantage?
roll a 15. Oh, with advantage. Let's see. Oh, even better. Yes. Okay. So that got me a like 23, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
You grab the ring itself. You like leap, grab the ring that is the one, and you can start to see text on it. And as you see this like text, Gabriella, you hear Olara saying like shit, and you just like feel her like move away from your side, and you're not sure where she is. What is everybody's passive perception? So I want Ripple and Ornick to tell me what you two are the ones that might be like able. So what is your passive perception? So it should be like
14.
10 plus your perception.
Oh, 15.
Okay. What is yours?
12.
Okay. Ornick, you don't notice anything. Ripple, you see like what looks like a little bit of dust kick up from the floor that's like on the far side. And you hear like some movement. And it's not from Morta or Nona or Ornick.
Okay. I will kind of close the book I'm looking at, holding my place on it, and looking in that direction. Maybe if I need to get closer, take a couple steps closer just to see if I can tell what's going on.
Okay.
Doing it quietly.
Make a perception check for me.
Okay. 24.
Okay. You don't see anybody, but you can sense somebody's invisible somebodies have like walked into here. You sense probably 3 of them. And one of them just like leaped somewhere using the low gravity to like move. Morta, as you are rotating around on this thing, you see 2 pieces. You see a variety of like complicated text along it. But you've rolled high on your investigation check. And you see the following written. You see, it honestly, it reads like code. So like, you see that it says like different lines of like functions. One says, Driocht Towers is a controlled space. All beings in the controlled space must be on the approved catalog. Anomalous presences in the controlled space are security violations. Remove security violations, wait 10 minutes. And it seems like a loop that goes. And your first thought is like, well, it all depends on like what's defined as the catalog. And then you see that the catalog was, it's not that somebody has written in like, hey, kill everybody. It more is like a really clever, you rolled a very high investigation check, is a very clever swapping of the timing of the functions. So if you put when the catalog is going to be updated every year, perhaps around the new first years when they arrive, if you do it too early before they've been registered, everybody except those who haven't been registered will be triggered as anomalous presences. Basically, somebody who knows how this works was manipulating it in a way that would require knowledge, like of who works with basically works with these commands, these modrons in depth. And the only signets that seem to have been registered early was the House of Synarchy. The Elvish family that seems to have been registered early for some reason. And as you are doing that, Ripple, what are you doing?
I'm going to cast Detect Magic.
Okay. So you're not casting ritually?
No, I'm just regular cast.
Okay.
6 seconds.
As you cast it, it's how long is the casting time in action?
1 action. Yep. And I can see magic within 30 feet.
So you can see this whole room lights up, by the way. There is magic shit everywhere, especially this large gravity, like altering stone that's in the center.
I didn't consider that.
Orrery as well. And I don't actually know. How does Detect Magic work on invisible creatures?
I'm not sure.
You know.
Almost like you could probably see the aura around them.
That's my guess.
Detect Magic kind of manifests itself as like a magical aura, right? I guess it depends on your flavor.
Let's see. What does the text of Detect Magic say?
I'm pulling it up right now.
Some good old rules. Let's see what happens with
All right. For the duration, you sense the presence of magic within 30 feet of you. If you sense magic in this way, you can use your action to see a faint aura around any around any visible creature or object in the area that bears magic, and you learn its school of magic, if any. The spell can penetrate most barriers, blocked by 1 foot of stone. Blah 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 blah.
Detect magic would not work for invisibility. I'll let you undo that.
No, that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. I wouldn't know.
Well, you know now.
Yeah, I know now.
As you're like, it doesn't work on invisibility. You're like, shit.
Yeah, I'm looking.
And, Ornick, what are you doing? Just like blissfully, like you start to notice, like he starts to cast a spell, and like, what's going on? What are you doing?
Mm-hmm. I will just like put the book down and start looking around as to what is happening, but
Okay.
like nothing too crazy yet.
Gabriella, you're like 10 feet away from Ornick. Ornick kind of like is now aware of like what's going on when Ripple casts the spell. And Nona, you were keeping watch. What are you doing? As you see Morta is just like rotating and reading these like lines of code out loud to you, I think.
I'm hacking, okay? I'm hacking.
She's a hacker.
This is medieval
Yes.
hacking, fantasy hacking. Am I able to? I almost want to reach out and try and find a grip and see if I can stop the rotation at all.
Make an athletics check for me.
Yes, I'm finally a role I'm good at. Okay.
The athletics check gets like the worst rap for like shit
Yeah.
because people just give strength checks instead of athletics checks. It sucks.
Yeah.
So. Okay.
But that's
what'd
a
you roll?
19 for me.
19. You have done many pull-ups in your life. And this is the exact muscle group of the pull-ups, and you see it going, and Morta, all of a sudden you feel yourself like, whoa, and you like stop as you can feel the orrery struggling, and Nona is just holding it in place. And as she's holding it in place, let's see. What are your two passive perception? What's your passive perception, Morta? Not Nona.
Oh, and that's again, that's you said it's
10 plus your perception.
plus my perception.
10 plus your perception bonus.
7 plus 0, so 10.
Okay. You don't notice anything. Ripple, as you do this, I am going to... Is there any other thing you think you'd be doing in this moment, Ripple? I think you cast your
I'm
spell.
walking towards.
Gotcha. Yeah. Morta, make a strength saving throw for me.
It's gonna go poorly. That is 9.
You feel yourself shoved, like somebody like hit you with like a really big hand, just like pushed you in your chest off the orrery as you start to fall the 15 feet to the ground. But you start to descend slowly.
I'm letting go, and I'm catching her.
This did not feel like it was at the same time as when Nona stopped the orrery. Something pushed you off. You see a figure appear on the far side of the room. This like sulky looking, like black short-haired elf who just appeared and didn't realize that casting this spell was gonna make him visible. And you see he's the only one visible at this point, and now you know somebody's here. You just got shoved off. You don't take any bludgeoning damage because this room is bouncy. It's like a bouncy room, you know? And he just kind of like, his eyes grow wide as he realizes, he like looks at his hand. He's like, I am so sorry. I didn't think that was going to
Oh,
turn
what
me
the fuck is
visible.
wrong with you? Don't you realize you
Yeah.
can hurt somebody?
I am so sorry that I
Are you?
he like I can he's kind of like looking around like he's like waiting for something. um yes. I'm really sorry. As he's just kind of like distancing himself on the far side of this room.
Morta's
I'm
gonna,
just gonna-
can Morta run back up towards him and just get in his face?
As you start to like run across the room, Nona, you see something starting to scratch the function plate. You can hear like metal being like scraped, and it's starting to be ruined.
I'm taking my sword and I'm gonna take the flat end of it. You know, like I'm just gonna like bitch slap whoever is right there with the flat end of my sword hard.
Okay.
Hopefully knocking them down.
I am going to say, let's roll initiative.
Oh no!
We're not
Oh,
going
yes.
to. So I'm gonna have you be the first person that your act starts. This is not necessarily fighting. This is just to put everything in a combat initiative for everybody. So I will have everybody roll initiative. And
16.
I will change the music to something a little more fitting. 16 for Nona.
18.
Ooh, 18 for Morta. Ripple.
Morta's mad.
I got a 6.
6. Okay. What's your bonus?
+2.
Okay. And Hornick?
5.
5. And Gabriella?
20.
Ooh.
Damn.
Nice.
Okay. So I'm just having this initiative for myself. I'm going to show you the map. Reminder, this is not necessarily combat. I'm just going to pull open this scene. Everybody should be able to see it. Can you see it? So, you guys can kind of imagine where you were in the scene. You guys are welcome to pull you onto the map. So this like little like inner ring around the central area is like the second story to it. And there's like the 2 staircases in the corners. So I believe Ornick was probably around there. And this figure appears. Give me 1 second. On the far side over here. And I believe Morta was on the ground over there, and Nona is up over here in the corner. Probably there. Where's Nona? I can't see her on the map. Are you on the map? Were you able to pull yourself on the map, Evan? I can't, for some reason.
I should be now. I dragged her.
Oh, okay, there it is.
Okay.
It seemed like it
Okay.
took a few minutes for it to register. Okay. I'm gonna delete the extras. Okay, there we go. So, you fall over. As we think about what's gonna happen, let's take a small bathroom break. As things get tense, as you find out other people are here, and we'll resume after. Cool. In a sort of a standoff now, the rest of you all appear. The rest of you kind of like turn around as you see this figure appear on the other side. Morta has just been knocked off. And Nona, as you let go of the orrery and see scratching, you see a figure that's now like become visible and is like rotating around just like Morta was. Her hair going wild, her like bob just kind of like floating all the way around. As we pan to each of you, Ornick, who do we see, and what are you doing right now?
Ornick is a golden dragonborn druid, and she is, of course, very surprised, was just reading and trying to gain more information about her people, but okay, whatever. Just kind of shocked about what's going on. She's going to take just one more minute to figure out what she's going to do.
Okay. Morta, as you have been shoved off of this by something invisible, and you find yourself on the ground, what does Morta look like and what is she doing?
Morta is a tall, lanky tiefling with like purplish skin and tall, pointy black horns. And wears a lot of black because she's a rogue, of course. And Morta's angry. I mean, Morta's always angry, but Morta's really angry right now.
Yeah. As you just kind of like, your butt slams against the stone floor. And it doesn't hurt because we got low gravity here. But Nona, as you see this figure kind of now locks eyes with you, who Gabriella knows as Olira, rotating around. What does Olira see? Is every 10 seconds she rotates around this thing.
Nona is a light like sage green tiefling with dark green hair. She's got her little like snug, her like woolen snug is kind of getting a little bit lopsided, and her braid is kind of flying a little bit. She's looking very angry. She's got her sword drawn, and she's just like, you're seeing her head flit as she's watching this for Olira just kind of spin around very intently.
Okay. And Ripple, as you close your book, as the camera pans to Ripple, what do we see?
So the blue genasi with long dreads and kind of a salty, sea-crusted look about him, despite being inland for weeks at this point. We've got the book closed, but I'm looking out, trying to figure out where I'm hearing these weird noises, but also putting two and two together with the fact that someone has just become visible.
Okay, as one person becomes visible, you lock eyes, and then you see another become visible in the orrery. You still sense there's a third invisible. Actually, no, in that moment, yes, a third invisible. And as everyone's rotating around, you see the golden-haired elf just kind of like, as she's like rotating around, now this is awkward. As she's just kind of like rotating around. As she's just, I'm not gonna keep moving my head. I really don't. I started to, and I was like, this is gonna be painful. She's like, this is kind of awkward. As she's just kind of like she's like rotating around. What are you all up to here? She's just kind of like, you can hear scratching on the like metal as she's like trying to like do something with this function plate.
We're in initiative, right? Am I allowed to still bitch slap her with the flat of my sword?
You are.
I want to
As
do that.
You wait till it like rotates, and she's like rotating around until she reaches your side. And you throw your great sword at her. Make an attack roll with me, for me.
Oh boy. 21.
You see she instinctively goes to and casts shield. As you see this almost like feathers, like feather-like skin almost like goes to shield her, and you go through it and you just see a poof of feathers go up as it hits through, because her AC was 20 with shield. But she wastes it regardless, and she is going to make a strength saving throw. Were you trying to deal damage or just knock her off of this?
I just want to knock her off. I don't want to hurt her.
Okay.
Just
Okay.
pissed off at her.
She makes a strength saving throw against it. What is your like DC for stuff? I believe it'd probably be like effects. We'll just say it's probably like a 14 or something.
It's what? It's 8 plus your proficiency plus your spellcasting ability, but I don't have a spellcasting
Or your
ability.
Strength. It would be your
Strength.
strength. So it'd be like 8
Oh, I
plus
see.
2 plus 3.
so
So 15.
13.
13? Okay, 13. DC 13. Wouldn't you know it? She's not that strong. And she rolled a natural 4, so you poof of feathers, and she just like tries to block it and holds on to like the function plate before her fingers slip, and she falls onto the ground over here.
Bitch slapped.
And she's like, ow, that wasn't very nice. And
yeah,
she's just
wasn't.
Seems like we are at an impasse. As she kind of like looks around, like she's expecting somebody else to help out. And
I'm gonna like creep over next to her because I'm still like
yeah.
I'm still okay. I'm just gonna stand here. I'm like ready to react.
Okay. She just kind of like she like notices that you're like behind her, and she's like, okay, so before any more swords get thrown, I think we can come to some sort of compromise, right?
As she's saying that, you can stop me. I like make like a fart noise like behind her.
She looks
like
super flustered. Is this like really prim, proper, like bob, beautiful, like perfect. Everything about her is like immaculate. And you just hear this like fart behind her, like as she like gets up from off the ground, and she's like, we can find some sort of compromise. And then you're just like this rip, and she's just like, that wasn't me. There's an invisible person behind me.
Sure.
I stay silent.
No, there's like an invisible. She like tries to grab you to get you visible, and she looks like mortified. There's an invisible girl behind me that made that sound. It wasn't me. And
Right.
she gets
right.
momentarily distracted.
I want to ask her what she was trying to do to the panel.
Oh, I mean, just trying to figure out what happened, like with the stuff done. I was gonna try to get it off so we could show it to the headmasters.
That did not look like you were, destroying it, not killing it off. And I'm sure the headmasters know exactly what's in the library. I mean, they do work here.
Yeah, but I mean, okay, this is not going well. Think. She's just like, okay.
While she's silent, I'm just gonna kind of pull my sword out again and just kind of like hold it and twist it in my hand a little bit.
I'm gonna whisper at her, like, what always helps?
She's like, what?
Skincare. Like,
she drops concentration of the invisibility spell. She's like, she realizes that she's the one that's holding concentration on it, and she's just like, you see Gabriella appear right behind her.
Hi guys.
Oh my god, Gab.
I brought a couple of friends.
Wait, friends?
Yeah.
Elira speaks up. I brought you. You didn't bring me, okay? And Fenrir is just on the other side, just going, and he's looking really sweaty at this point. He's just is freaking out. When Morta turned towards him, he is he's mortified. And she looks, and she's still half eyeing the function plate. Okay, here's how it's going to go. You let me take the function plate, and House Synarch will be in your debt. Before you say anything, what do you know of House Synarch?
Would I know anything?
You,
Yeah,
Gabriella, know a lot, actually.
No.
It's been a while since you've been, but they're one of the older houses. So I'm not going to go into all the intricacies of the noble families that complicate this, but to put it succinctly, this is a weird noble family compared to the rest. Everybody is kind of somewhat equal amongst the house. It's almost like this communal thing. It's not bloodline, it's purely merit. So people who have made major contributions to intellectual contributions, and then their kids are grandfathered in. And they are known for working with another house, a gnomish house, on a lot of inventions. And she's like, we have a lot of resources at our disposal. You all seem like new students. Actually, I'll be honest, you're a little too old, but there's never too late to start, and we can get you off on a good start, whatever it might be.
Do you know anything about those,
The Modrons? She's like,
anything about that?
yeah, I know some.
Go on.
I'm gonna
Make
brandish my
a
sword up.
Intimidation check for me, Morta and Nona.
Both of us?
Yes, you can use your strength modifier for the intimidation, Nona.
Thank you. 12.
Okay.
17.
Morta, you're a little bit closer. Nona's on the other side of the orrery, so as Nona's brandishing her thing, the orrery is just constantly getting in the way, and you're trying to you can't do it. Morta, you're you got up close to her at this point, and she's like, we help with House Null and establishing the contract for the Modrons. So, yes. They get summoned from another plane. They're bound to our service. That sort of thing.
Why were they released?
Did you know
here
that all
today?
this?
Oh, they weren't released. I think maybe there's some glitch or something. So.
Funny that you
Do
should
not
say
believe this
glitch,
is-
and then you show me that and then you just try to cover up something in the orrery yourself. I wouldn't say that's a glitch.
Maybe the Ori's gotten some. She's like struggling at this moment to like think about things. All things considered, she's like a 20-year-old. She's like in college, you know, and the other guy's like 18, and they got sent in here to they came over here, and there was like 5
Sent
full-grown
in.
adults that are like 5 full-grown adults that are like also here. And okay, I don't think you're gonna let me take this, are you?
Oh, absolutely
No.
not. And I'm gonna hop up onto the orrery, and I wanna see what she was trying to scratch off.
Okay, we are now gonna go with combat as this
Fuck.
starts. As you hop up onto the orrery, I'm going to change the music away from rap battle. That was what it was called. To combat. We'll try this one. This one. See. Can you hear it? Okay. So as you jump up onto the orreries, it starts to rotate. Everybody rolls the initiative. Gabriella, you are first. You are right next to her, as she was pushed off and was not in a good position. Fenrir on the other side of the room, Elira in front of you. What do you do, Gabriella?
I'm like, damn it.
You can see her starting to get ready to cast magic.
Can I do charm person?
Yes, you can.
I'm gonna try to charm her.
Now I believe elves have advantage on enchantment effects.
No.
And she is going to roll Wisdom saving throw. What is your DC?
For wisdom.
Yes. Or no, just your. So it should be your
8.
spell save DC.
8
Oh.
plus your proficiency plus your
Oh, okay.
spellcasting modifier.
It's probably like 13, if I had to guess.
8 plus 2 is my plus
3 for your charisma, right?
Yeah.
So that would be 13. So she rolls advantage. She's got to beat a 13, and she has a. What is her save? Give me 1 second. I'm getting everything ready. Sorry for the slight. Okay, wisdom. She's actually quite good. She got a 20 total.
Oh,
As
no.
you cast this magic, she's like, "Oh, why are you doing like enchantment magic? You're an illusionist. You shouldn't try. You're not that good at it." And that is your action, bonus action, or movement, Gabriella.
I'm like, oh, shit. And I'm going to. I'm gonna do vicious block.
Well, that's you. That was your action already, the
that's
charm person. So you can bonus action inspire people with your inspiration. You can like save it for cutting words and stuff, or you can move away or stay there. What do you want?
I guess. You know what? I can't do anything. I'm just gonna pat her on the head and be like, well, bye-bye.
Bye bye.
Yeah.
Are you intimidating her? Or is this just like a?
This is just I can't do shit right now.
Okay.
So
She's just like, don't touch me. And next up is Morta. What are you doing?
I am gonna stab her.
Okay. She's like getting ready to cast magic, and she looks at you. What are you stabbing her with?
You know, I am going to use. I want to use these. I have these psychic blades
Okay.
that don't leave marks. So
She's like,
Oh,
she
man.
looks at you, and she's like, what are you gonna do? Hit me with your hands?
yeah.
as you go to stab towards her, and then in the middle of your strike, this psychic dagger just like appears in your hand and like stabs towards her, and you roll a.
Oh jeez. Except that I rolled a. Hold on. A 9.
Unfortunately, it glances against she doesn't have armor on, but there's like almost like this layer of like down or like feathers that's in her like clothing that seems to absorb the blow. So that was your first attack. You missed, unfortunately. You can roll again as your bonus action if you want.
Yeah, I will do that. I will try to stab her with my other hand.
The first one hits in. She's actually like really like skinny, and it just seems to like go through like part of her clothing and doesn't hit her. The second roll is
18.
18 hits. Roll damage for me.
All right, so that's 1d6 psychic.
As she
Plus
doesn't
ability
think
mod.
this is going to be that painful until she sees the psychic dagger, and she does not shield for this. How much damage?
So I rolled a 4 plus the ability modifier used for the attack, so another +2, so 6.
So it should be +3, so 4 plus 3, so 7. And
7.
then you get your sneak attack as well.
That's right. And what do I roll for that again? Another
it's
d6?
2d6.
Oh, 2d6. Okay. 5 and a 1.
So 6 damage again. Okay. A hefty amount of damage. As you stab towards her, and she's like, ow, that like hurt. And she like pulls back, and you can see like a little bit of blood trickling out her nose from just this psychic damage. And you guys don't even see wounds on her. You just see like these blades go in, and she just like reels back from the pain. That was your action and bonus action. Anything else?
No, I'm just gonna stand there and I'm gonna say that's for calling me old.
She like, you see now she goes to like finish casting the spell that she was working on, and she was like, it just hurts when it's true. And she casts Steel Wind Strike as she pulls out this like feathered like almost like dagger, and she like shinks them together, and she turns into like a bird like in an instant, and then appears behind 5 different people and attacks each of them, and then reappears at the end of it, as she's casting a 5th level spell. She's a studious 20-year-old. As she is going to first attack you, Morta, because you just attacked her. For a the first roll is a, give me 1 second. It's 11 plus 6, so 17. Does that hit?
Sure does.
Okay. Next up is Nona. No, Gabriella. Sorry, Gab. You try to charm her. She realized that you're. She goes to attack you for a 20 to hit, which I believe hits. Ripple for a 18. Oh my god, I'm sorry. I'm rolling really high.
That
Does
hits.
hit?
Oh yeah.
And then Nona for a 18. Man, I'm rolling really high. I'm sorry. And then lastly, Ornick, as she goes to end her spell near you for a 19. Wow. I am really sorry.
Not down.
I'm going to roll my d10 dice.
Adam, that's not very nice.
I'm going to roll my d10 dice.
Take your
then
dice.
I'm not going to re-roll it. I'm just going to let it work for all of you. It would be annoying to have to roll each thing. This is my 6d10. So that is 7 plus 7 is 14 plus 9 is
Did you just say
23.
6d10?
23 plus 8 is 31 plus 4 is
What?
35 damage
Each of us?
Right.
to each of you. as she casts
Yeah, I'm down.
Steel Wind Strike.
Yeah,
I'm
I'm
just
down.
dead, man.
I'm
Does
also
any
down.
of you have an ability to resist? Or I think one of you might have Uncanny Dodge. So this is like an attack roll. Does anyone have a way to boost your reduce damage, or to have your damage? I think as a rogue you have Uncanny Dodge. I believe.
Wait, do
Morta. Let me double check. I don't know when rogues get Uncanny Dodge.
level 5 is when I get it.
Sorry, not yet. Now you guys were all at full health, correct? Going into this?
Did we
That puts me at negative
Basically.
regain all our hit points before
Hmm?
we regain all our hit?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, but I mean that blew them all out.
Okay. She rolled really high on her roll. Do you have a way to reduce this? Nona? That would matter.
Oh my god. I know, because it's a negative 10. I mean, I have a reaction
I'll
where
let everyone say, like, if there's somebody
I have
else you think
protective
you could
field.
save. Is there
I-
somebody else who only had a little bit of health left? Who, like, would have survived otherwise? How negative
protective
is
field.
everybody?
35 negative.
Okay. Not for you. Ripple, how negative are you?
I'm like negative
negative
15.
Okay. Ornick?
Yeah, I'm negative 10 or 11. I forgot if you said 35 or 34.
Yeah. Okay. So as she goes to cast this 5th level spell, she goes up behind each of you and is like, "You're old," and just stabs you in the back.
Kills us with the...
And she, sorry, am I too fast? And she just like, it's just like split second. She just appears once, stabbing in between behind each of you, and she intentionally. Don't worry, I'm not going to kill you. As she appears behind you, Ornick, in the last. And as she uses, these are melee attacks, and she chooses not to kill you all. She just knocks you unconscious.
this
And
bitch.
Also, I'm the same age as you, bitch. I'm not old.
as you like go to like, as you're like going unconscious, all you hear like as she's like looking over at you, oh, I couldn't even tell. And as you like fall unconscious, you guys just hear Fenrir saying, "Oh God, oh gods, oh gods," and you saw the function plate, Morta, so you know what happened, but you don't have the evidence, as she unfortunately hit 5 attacks and rolled really high on her, enough to knock all of you out. And she used her 1 5th level spell a day and all of you fall unconscious. Is there anything you do in your final moments?
I just
Thank you
Can
for
I
the
get any
skincare.
glimpse at this fucking thing on the orrery?
Yeah, make a perception check for
Okay,
me.
okay. Oh, thank God. Okay.
Ornick, were you
17?
doing- Ornick, were you doing anything? Was anybody else doing anything?
It was
in the
just like, I'm the same age as you. I'm not old.
moment?
That's all.
I think
and-
back to that fabrication book, the sphere paragraph being all wrong as I'm losing consciousness.
You're like, that fucking book was wrong, man.
I want to look at
and,
Fenrir and just be like,
You see he is terrified. Even though you're like going, he looks sweaty and he's like, oh my god, oh my gods, oh my gods. And Gabriella, is there anything you're doing? Yeah, speak up.
Thanks for the sunscreen.
As she's like, sure, no problem. As you all fall unconscious, and Nona, you see the orrery rotate one last time, and you see that she was starting to scratch out the catalog, and this is really juicy. She you just see her heading back towards the orrery. And I don't think we need combat music anymore. Instead, I will just swap to something else that like is more just like normal. As you guys all wake up, to Sphia coming over to like kind of like gently like waking you all up as you guys were knocked unconscious, but you weren't killed intentionally. And she's looks at you and is like, "What happened?" As you now see the headmaster Shinnok on the other side has appeared. You can see the elves. You can see Olyra, Fenrir, and the three other members of House Sinarch that are on the other side. And you can see behind Sphia other members, other like noble families of the other noble families of the sorcerer side. And they've all kind of like gathered here, and they're like, and Sphia just kind of like wakes you all up and is like, "What happened?"
Can I try to do like some decision here?
Well, what do you, as you guys all kind of like come to, you've been like gathered to like the middle of this room. What do you say?
That
The cat thing? Oh, Felipe the Fourth, the Tressum.
yeah, Felipe got up here.
Sphia like looks at you like, who's Felipe?
He's a Tressum.
You see like Dandy is like behind the House Sinarch, and it's just kind of like cowering, and you just see Felipe the Fourth kind of like look over towards you, his eyes just kind of like, really? And then just like kind of like goes back, and Dandy's like, "Oh, I assure you, Mrs. kind of like looks at the cat. Mr. Felipe the Fourth is was with me the whole time, guarding me, in case any ne'er-do-wells came to attack. So, don't you worry, it was not Felipe."
Well, one that looked like Felipe got up in here, and we were chasing it down.
Make a deception check for me,
Okay.
as everybody else is looking towards you, and people are like confused.
Oh God. Why? I got a 7.
You got a 7. I'm sorry. Is there? I don't think there's any way for you to boost this. Give me 1 second. I just need to find something that's like
There
a
is,
little
though.
bit better.
Can't you
Oh.
add to your roll if you use the not power that we got?
Yes. So, as with all of you, you may attempt to re-roll and
You know
take a
what?
point of stress that accumulates. For
might
big
do it this one
momentous rolls.
time.
Thank you, Evan, so much. I forget.
Yeah.
I always forget. I'm doing so many other things that I forget. As you can hear, like, the wind starting to pick up on the outside, and there's just like a tension in the air. Are you gonna re-roll?
I'm gonna re-roll, and this time I'm gonna say, yeah, it was Felipe. We were pretty sure it was Felipe. His like caretaker isn't very good. So we think that we should be the new caretakers of Felipe. By the
Sphia,
way,
like, make another deception roll.
okay.
And is anybody else speaking up in this moment? What was your roll?
It was not worth it.
Okay.
I got an 8.
Mark a point of stress.
But I moved my water.
Sorry. Mark a point of stress on your character sheet so you remember it. These do not go away on long rests. Morta has one. Now, you have one as well, Gabriella. Look, as Sphia speaks up, Felipe the Fourth is irrelevant to the current conversation. I want to know what happened. As she looks over to the orrery, and you can see that the panel has been like scratched a bunch, and you all seemingly we're the only people here. Now, would you please kindly illuminate us on what happened? Because at this moment, it looks like you all damaged the orrery.
If you would like the truth, I don't mind telling you the exact truth of what happened. We were all here minding our own business, investigating the matter, taking a look around, when we were attacked. You found us unconscious. We wouldn't have done that to ourselves. We were attacked by a group of students. One of them had black hair, the others had golden hair. I think one of them was Fenrir, Alira. Alira jumped on the orrery. She scratched out any evidence that she thought might have been there. We tried to stop her so we could get to the bottom of this whole matter, and we were attacked. So frankly, it sounds like you need to get your students under control. And also show them some manners.
Svea kind of like looks towards you, and you can just see she like sighs, and she's like, you just introduced so much trouble for her. As she just like looks over to Shinnok and Elira, and she's just like, and then Svea looks back at you before she says anything. Are you formally accusing House Synarch in this matter?
It's not an accusation.
And before you say
when
anything,
it's
she
the
holds
truth.
up her hand and she just says, please understand the ramifications of this.
It is not an accusation when it is the truth.
And you just hear her like whisper out of the side of her mouth as she, please tell me you have some evidence. As she looks over towards Shinnok and the others, and a formal accusation has been made. Elira, Fenrir, we will get your statements at a later time. No one is to leave the grounds. And you see that the House Synarch elders kind of like look over at the three of them almost in unison, with all of them having bob haircuts. Like they're all the whole family except Fenrir, as they turn towards you and they just like lock eyes and they just give like a faint smile, and then they just turn around and head back. And Shinnok is pissed and Svea is frustrated. And Svea says, perhaps we can get your statements in the office. Everyone else, please clear out. As she shoos everyone away. And you can see that a number of families are frustrated, but it seems like it's reached some conclusion, that there's been an accusation made, people are going to make statements. So the other houses feel somewhat content, as Svea leads you up to her headmaster's office. Are you all going to go with her? Or is there anything else you guys wish to do? Okay.
I guess we have to, yeah.
As she heads out and leads you over towards her office, the sound of the rain kind of like pitter-patters against the large, tall, stained glass windows that decorate her study. You can see what looks like rolling hills of desert in the stained glass. And the most obvious thing when you guys step in is the hundreds of different clocks and hourglasses and orreries and any form of measurement of time, like tool to measure time, is located here. If you've heard about it, you see it. And even some things you haven't heard about. And then floating up in the air above her is like a sort of hourglass that's like in infinity shape, and glass, like sand, is just constantly flowing through it. As she goes and heaves a heavy sigh and just like sits in her chair and just like crosses her arms and just kind of like, I'm sorry I pulled you into this. I should not have. You were not ready. I should not have done this. This was my
How do you
fault.
know we're not ready?
She kind of like opens her eyes again. You don't know the game of politics in archery. You are either going to be steamrolled or tear this tower apart.
Maybe this tower does need to be torn apart. The corruption runs deep here.
I think we can effect change without destroying everything.
And how do you suggest we go about that?
Oh, I mean in a more of like a, generic sense. She kind of like looks towards you. I worry that hasty actions lead to hastier reactions. I do not mean this in a cruel manner. I think I put you in a situation over your head. But what's done is done. Would you all kindly please regale me with your statement?
I'd like the record to show that she called me old, and I'm not old. They're old. I'm the right age to be around here.
Nick.
I apologize for any slights the wizards may have thrown at you. Have a piece of candy. She like pushes forward a little jar of candy that seems like there are many frustrated kids who come in here, and she like puts over like what looks like a little this like
What a good teacher.
lozenge, this like hard candy.
Sure.
And
Take some.
it's really nice.
Yeah, I'm
It's
gonna
like
take
just
one
like
too.
spiced mango.
Spiced
Ooh.
mango.
Spiced mango.
I'm
Yeah.
taking.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, the statement will record that insults were slung, but more importantly, what went down in the joint library.
I can attest. I was with the other two.
You were,
Yeah.
and
So I Linguini was brought up.
she
with,
stops you as soon as you say linguini, and she's just like, "Your name is Linguini."
yeah, it's very important to my family. Okay.
She looks at you. And you get the sense this is a teacher that has heard so much bullshit over the years from students who just like, oh yeah, my dog ate my homework. Oh my god, my basilisk, chewed up my notebook, whatever. She just like looks at you and she's just like, I understand you're lying. Know that when this actually goes on the record, you better have a better fucking name than Linguini. And she looks at you. Now,
I
continue.
stand by it. So I Linguini was
She just like looks away like she can't.
was asked to accompany those two siblings. I didn't know what was going on. They just said that they needed help. Helpful person, so I helped. And so we went up like 7 flights of staircases together. Through like this door that like required that we like lifted a magical item basically. Yeah, and the dude with the short black hair lifted like a piece, like a shard of like black thing or something. And anyway, so we went up this staircase, and the gal with the bob like insulted me and gave me, and
Are you
and
going
she
to
asked me
formally
to
record this as an insult, or can we skip past it?
it's important. No, it's important to have every
She looks
detail.
at it. She's like, insult 2, and she just like writes down this scenario.
She made fun of my name, and she called me old as well. She called all of us old, but she gave me some sunscreen, so that was nice. You know, that won me over actually. Um, she said it's worth like 10 gold. You know. And anyway, so we got in there. No, right before we got in there, she asked if she could like cast some magic on me, and I was like, no, like what? And she's like, no, I'm just gonna make you invisible. So she made me and her brother invisible, and then we went in there and we saw some books falling down, and I saw my friends, and then she was like, oh shit, and then I think she like I couldn't see her, but I think she climbed on to like that like rotating chandelier thing. And then
Did you wait? Stop. Did you see her do this? Did you see her scratch out?
oh yeah,
and
yeah.
destroy it fully?
Absolutely.
right
Yeah,
next to
she
her.
like went uninvisible, and like we saw her
She-
like scratch.
Told us she was going to try to remove the function plate. She did not say. Did you see her? They are going. I'm going to have to cast a Zone of Truth spell on you.
Absolutely,
I mean,
please
yeah.
do.
Yeah, go for
For
it.
it.
Okay. I think this is going to involve an adjudicant. But you saw her trying to scratch it out,
Yes,
or try to did you see her fully destroy it?
I was
She didn't
attempting
get
to
far.
knock her down. And as soon as she cast a spell on us, knocked us all unconscious, and when we came to, it was completely scratched out. I wasn't able to see what it said. Some kind of catalog item.
Yes, I was able to see, and before it was
what did you
scratched
see?
out, it was. There was a lot of writing about all the signets of the Synarchy family being okay, being set to not be attacked by the Modrons. So
You kind of like communicate, what you
Yeah.
saw. Like we're not gonna like rehash it literally.
it's like I
and
don't think I
she's
can
like,
remember the specifics.
so. However, it was changed. Did it look intentional, or did it look accidental, like a mistake in whoever wrote the commands?
Intentional.
You're certain?
Yes.
Do you have evidence of this?
We were attacked before we could gather the evidence.
You're welcome to cast Zone of Truth. That should provide the
She
evidence you need.
looks at you and she says, "Do you all consent to me casting the Zone of Truth?"
Yeah.
Yes.
And she puts a waiver forward towards you all. Sorry, the sorcerer families make us. And she offers like a small like waiver, like,
I want to see
yes.
everybody's signatures, by the way.
And she
Why are
puts
you
it
gonna
towards
like
you.
forge it later?
Yes.
She puts it towards you, Linguini. What do you
Linguini.
sign?
I'm gonna sign Linguini.
Hell yeah.
You sign Linguini on your Zone of Truth waiver. And she
I sign
casts Zone of
Linguini.
Truth. Do all of you willingly fail the Zone of Truth, or do you fight back against it?
I'm
I'll
fail.
fail. Yeah, I'm telling the
Okay.
truth.
Okay, make a wisdom saving throw if you're going to try to fight back against the Zone of Truth
Yeah,
spell.
only because I don't want her to find out my name.
Nope.
That's a 19 for
Yeah.
me.
Sorry, this is a charisma saving throw. I apologize.
Charisma.
So you're trying to resist as well, Ornick?
It's got
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, she's not so
You
sure
have to
about
beat
that,
I think you have to be like a 16. I don't know if you beat that.
Oh,
so- Okay. What did I do? It was a.
Did you resist it
would've
with your
been
charisma saving throw? Yeah, 16.
With the wisdom, it was, and then I was like, I
Sorry.
think that because it was 5, it must
No.
have been a 14, so then 1, so that's 15.
Okay.
Probably what I did.
I think you fail.
Yeah.
This is a high-level spellcaster. As she casts Zone of Truth, and she looks at all of you. Everyone is under the effects of Zone of Truth, and she looks at all of you. Please state your names for the record. As she looks towards you in a line, starting with Ripple.
I was doing my signature. What am I stating?
She's asking. Say it again. Was it you?
What am I doing?
You're practicing your signature.
I was doing my signature. Yeah, I got it. I got it written down.
Okay.
What am I
Does
saying?
anybody want to write down their signature and show it up to the little camera as your
Yes.
as your character?
This might be backwards. There you go.
Nope, it's
Go.
all good.
Got a little ripple.
Very, very ripply. And she asks you all to.
Sorry, that took a second.
Okay. There you go. There's Linguini. She asks all of you to state your name for the record.
Ripple.
And she looks towards you, the rest of you.
Nona.
Hornick.
Morta.
Gabriella, but that's not my chosen.
It doesn't matter what your chosen names, it matters what your name is. And thank you. And she says, I've recorded most of this now. Do you affirm all of the previous statements you said were true, outside of the whole Linguini shit?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Yes.
So, you saw this, you believe it to have been tampered with intentionally, not accidentally.
Absolutely.
You saw them who attacked you.
The Golden Bob kids.
Wizards.
Yeah, that dark-haired kid I'm going after. I
The one who
mean,
called me old.
remembered. Yeah.
Okay. You can still retract this if you wish. I support the truth. I make a living out of it. I want you all to know, if you are going against House Synarch, you better have the aid of somebody else.
If we drop charges, are they gonna forget?
They won't forget, but formally, we can write this off.
I think we should.
I don't think we should drop the charges.
I'm torn. I believe the truth is essential. But sometimes justice doesn't come with it. She looks towards you, Nona. She just... Do you wish to push forward with this? I will support you and I will offer as much aid as I can, but unless you have the support of some other noble families, your word carries less weight.
I'm gonna look over at Gabriella.
Why are you looking at me?
Gabriella. You haven't opened up much to us about your family, but
I'm
Would
just a
they-
wayward bard.
support us.
But I'm just a wayward bard, though.
I guess it's just us then.
Oh shit. I know people, but I don't want them to know that I'm here. It is important that they do not know of my presence. But they would have to know of my presence though. Doing so.
Understandable. We can keep you under wraps. There's no need.
Of course.
We can figure out our own way.
So, are you going to retract your accusation?
Should we be sneakier about it?
Sneaky.
Maybe
Retract it, but
retract the
still be on the case.
accusation, but still go after them on the down low?
Yeah, that's what I'm.
What you've seen is already of use. I believe you. I understand that House Synarch is involved with this, but unless you have physical evidence, words won't
Could you
be
hold
enough.
this before filing it, and then we'll see if we can find more evidence?
This campus is locked down. I can keep it locked down for a few more hours before the nobles leave, regardless. Mostly now they just do it because I told them to. You could look around for another few hours, 3 or 4 hours, before I have to lift the lockdown. Do you think you
It
can
gives
find?
them time to mess with more things, though. I don't know.
Do you think there's more things connected to this? Were they working? So it was just Elira and Fenrir.
From what they told us, they were working for. They were doing something for the greater, like, family. They also told us that. Well, you probably know this already, but that they're like connected with a gnomish that like is the ones that were here that malfunctioned.
House Null, yes.
Yeah.
The House Null they don't really manufacture, but yes. Produce.
Hopefully not sweeters.
So take with that what you will.
She looks. I mean, I think there are some spherical ones, but
That's a shame.
no. Okay. You've given me some information. Is there anything I can do to help?
Do we want to ask her like for the information we for?
Yeah, I guess anything you know about the Synarchy family?
I know they work with House Null. I know they pursue the studies, intellectual pursuits above all else. And they've cozied up with the Obsidian Order over the past year or so.
Fuck.
What does that mean? You think this goes beyond House Synarch?
Possibly.
Potentially.
I'm worried. All right. I might want. Okay, so out of character for just a moment, Adam. I might want you to roll me a subtle insight check here. But I want to know if we can trust her.
Oh, great. I was thinking the same thing, like right now. I was like, can we trust this lady with the information we have?
Give me 1 second.
Psychically linked.
I look. So what I will roll the insight check. She is hard to read in general. Like you Morta, and have read many people. Nona, you've been around a lot of villagers. This is like a stone mask that she says things, but it's hard to tell. You're not certain. I rolled, and the answer is you're not certain. This is her speaking again. I can try to aid you. I can get you out of here if needed. But I assume if you're retracting the claims, the adjudicants won't be called. And I think it would be best for all of us if the church is not involved with this.
Okay. Nona's gonna kind of look over at Morta, and hopefully you can read her glance, but Nona's just gonna go, like, almost like a subtle, can we trust her? Do you think we can?
And Morta, you can cast
It's true. So
nice.
Stuff
Yeah,
as well.
there we go.
As Nona looks at me, I am going to cast my psychic whispers
Okay.
in order to establish telepathic communication between us two. I guess I can technically roll for how many ever hours. Hold on. For 2 hours now. we can chat. And I'm just going to kind of tell her that, like, I don't fully trust her, and I don't think we should give her all of the details of everything that we've been through, but we should use her and her resources in order to get information, get out of here, and maybe be a little sneakier about how we take down some of these assholes.
And all of you guys are connected, by the way, to the telepathy as well.
Okay.
So,
I'm
But I'm not talking to any of
Discord
you.
chat room in your head.
Yeah. I'm gonna look over at the headmistress after kind of making eye contact with Morta for a moment. I'm gonna look at her. Listen, we didn't come here to start a fight. We didn't come here to cause problems. So if the rest of you are okay, I think.
What did you come here for?
Well, you gotta give me a moment to get to the point of what I'm saying here, madam.
Sorry,
But
I just love secrets.
apology accepted. You will get one in just a moment. Listen. A very close childhood friend of mine went here as a sorcerer's apprentice. He was killed. And he was killed by Ashran.
You speak of... Thanks for
Not
a
quite
second.
by Ashran.
Lion.
Yes. He may not have been killed by Ashran directly, but it was because of her he was killed. She's alive.
She, like, locks eyes with you for a second, and she's like... She goes somewhere mentally, and she's like... She's checking off the list to see if everybody's actually under the zone of truth spell, as she's, like, confirming that it's actually true, and she looks back at you. May I... enter your mind to confirm it's not been tampered with?
You know, honestly, I have nothing to hide. But you need to tell me something right now that allows me to trust you. Because right now, I'm not sure.
I wish I could tell you something that would make you trust me, meow. But I'm obliged to serve as the headmaster, Sphere. You see that she's trying... Make an insight check. And Nona, you have advantage on this.
Just say meow.
That's right. Oh, that's
She
dope.
said
Meow?
meow as well.
Yes,
She
she
said
did.
meow.
Oh my god. 19.
I'm glad I
And
rolled it
Ripple.
with advantage because my lower roll was a nat 1.
I'm able to roll too.
Yeah. I'll give you both because you both have advantage on insight right now.
Oh yeah. Insight plus 22.
Both of you sense this is someone that's hard to read, but she's trying to be as open as she can. It's against her nature, or maybe something else. It's almost like she's trying to tell you more, but she's not allowed to, so she's trying to code it in a message.
Philippe,
Philippe?
do you have something to do with the Tressum?
That house cat? No. As she speaks of the Tressum derogatorily.
Pardon me. Pardon me.
I am here to aid all students, new, young, experienced, and old. And she looks up. I can offer aid in advice, guidance, spells. You seem to have witnessed some earth-shattering events. Ashrin returning. That's what you said, right, Nona? I'm going to now go out of like conversation and above table. How much are you planning to reveal to her in this moment?
He's going
can-
in my mind, right? So I imagine she just knows.
Oh, she's not gone into your mind yet.
Okay. I'm gonna look at her. Go ahead, my mind is open to you.
She kind of just like looks in for a second. You see her casting some spell. You see a little bit of like she holds her finger out and a little bit of like sand almost kind of like twirls up into the air and then like filters in your ear from one side and you just feel like this faint like tickle and then it like filters out your other ear and then it flows back into her and she just kind of like breathes it in and what you say is true. This means war is coming, and all of these students are going to be drafted.
Unfortunately, these petty squabbles between houses seem very small in light of what is happening outside these walls.
I think, yes, they are idiotic. But are you... I need to think. She's like massaging her head. You see, she's always got her hands kind of like folded over, and she just like finally goes up to like massage, and she just kind of like absent-mindedly like licks her paw, her hand, and just rubs it against her head. And then she kind of like rights herself again. And
Are you a cat?
Are you a tabaxi?
you see like a large muscular human woman in front of you. I am the headmaster Sphia of the Driocht Towers. And
We can speak to each other telepathically, right?
Yeah,
with
we
this
do. Really.
active. I'm gonna whisper to Ripple. Ripple, you detect magic on her.
It would be obvious if I cast that.
That's true.
Or
Nick, you traveled with them for a long while. You know Tabaxi. Is there something off about her to you, maybe?
There's something certainly feline more than feminine. Do I notice anything more?
Make an insight check for me. You have to make it with disadvantage, unfortunately. Actually, no, I take this back. You make this with neutral. She's giving you, she's helping you on this, by the way. She's like trying to be as obvious as she can.
So yes, that was a 22.
Oh, okay. Not tabaxi. There's like a litheness to the tabaxis that she has like a musculature to her. Some like she is powerful, and you get the sense there is something altering her, what she looks like. There's some sort of illusory magic going on.
You think she's through got like the heads like
Oh, you mean like a displacer beast?
yeah.
You're too far away from the microphone. We didn't hear.
Oh.
Wondering if she's a displacer beast.
Can those shapes shift like that? Something specific?
The only person who would have met them potentially is you, Ornick. Make a nature check.
Alright. Me again.
Now, if you can't ask me any other questions...
That's a 7.
Why do the wizards and sorcerers of this tower not know how to fabricate spheres? Your knowledge is incorrect.
Squares.
Ah.
No, I joke. They... not many of them are interested in creating.
That's a shame.
Except House Null. House Null creates, truly. But,
how is that spelled?
I'm sorry, their sphere skills do not meet your muster.
How is House Null spelled?
Null, like null.
Gotcha.
Now, I wish I could tell you more, but unfortunately, I have many duties as the headmaster. Do you have any more questions for me?
I have many questions.
Yeah.
But what's going on right now?
Is there any kind of around something that would possibly resemble a cat toy in the room? Like, is there like something hanging that you could dangle or anything like that?
You see lots of sand motifs around here. Between the hourglasses, between the stained glass panel. She's always got her arms folded over each other. And she...
Thanks.
Fucking finally! Jesus! And she you see before you, a swirl of sand, and her form is replaced with a large lion with wings, and you see a sphinx, a winged sphinx with sort of like this beautiful mane of black hair that kind of comes around and morphs with it, jewelry all over her, iconography of time, and she just sighs. I can't be the first one to tell. I apologize. It's part of the curse. Now, I believe this is the reciprocity you wished for, Nona.
Yes. Thank you.
What I was just trying to walk you through there. I do have other duties, but I have time now. We have a few hours. What do you wish to know that I can provide aid with?
Well, now that I can trust you, I'm going to reach into my shrug. I'm going to pull out Elian, and I'm
Mhm.
going to set him on the desk in front of her. Can you help me restore him?
She looks over. She casts an identify spell. You just see she like looks at it, blinks, and her eyes glow. That is necromantic magic.
Yes.
That type of magic falls under the domain of Shinnok.
Not the first time we've heard that name in the past couple weeks.
Shinnok? Heard of Shinnok before? Tower?
Well, w- when Ashwin was risen, we came in contact with a large flesh monster that appeared to have been raised from dozens of killed souls.
I see. Okay. Think about everything. I will retract the accusation. I will discuss with the other houses. I will convince them to part ways. I believe this conflict has concluded for the time, but it is not over. You need to protect yourselves. House Sinark will come after you, likely indirectly.
Okay.
Hmm?
Okay.
I can invoke Shinnok's help. Shinnok is not evil. Shinnok is evil, but Shinnok is not inherently antagonistic. Shinnok is Shinnok. I could ask for Shinnok's help, but I would not do so without your permission.
I'm going to look around at the rest of them.
Yeah, I want to know more about the knot.
Yeah.
Me too.
And she stops for a second, and you see her cast a spell. She puts her paws on over each other and kind of just like sits in the chair. Or she's kind of just sitting like her butt's in the like chair, and she's just like sitting up on the desk, and looking regal. And you see Shinnok enter the room after a few minutes. And as Shinnok looks towards her, she kind of nods. Shinnok's like, well, since you already know. And Shinnok turns into a large fox, humanoid shape, with sort of these beautiful gold-rimmed spectacles at the end of his nose. As Shinnok just kind of pushes them down and then lifts, and then I believe you had some questions about necromancy. And as you meet an Arcanoloth, you sense something fiendish about this creature. And you meet the two true headmasters of Drakht Towers. The Sphinx and this fiend, both different sides, and they look at you. We were not allowed to tell anyone, but we have our reasons for being here, don't we? And Svea just kind of looks forward and nods. And I will be of service as I can. And we will call the session there as you guys go to converse with these perhaps two new allies, or at least one ally and one uncertain, who were able to finally reveal themselves after you figured it out.
That's so
and
cool.
Way to go!
That's so
Yeah.
cool. Incredible. Well,
yeah.
oh, go ahead, Adam.
No, I was just gonna say, you guys can think about your questions you might have for them, but
Mhm.
I believe we're gonna have a break next Saturday,
Yep.
so we'll meet back in 2 weeks.
Woo. Awesome. I can't wait. This was such a great session, Adam. Thank you again. I can't believe we've already gotten this far with the party. But yeah, thank you guys, everyone who watched today and hung out with us. I was having a really hard time keeping a straight face with all the cat puns that were happening in chat the last hour. Loved it. So I hope you guys come back and keep joining us on this journey. And thank you guys. And I hope if you're not in our Discord, come join. We have some games coming up on Monday and soon on April 12th, which is our next pickup game. And we always have player slots open. Hope you guys have a great rest of your weekend. Enjoy your Saturday. And everyone say bye to the stream.
Bye, stream.